Greetings.
How you doing, folks?
I'm Melvin.
And I'm Larry.
And this is the Seat at the Table with Larry and Melvin. And we cover trending topics and political issues and social issues and so forth. And we're back at you with another video. You ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Or were you born ready?
Oh, man, I'm always ready. You know,
all right.
You stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, right?
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna start it off, if you don't mind, with take the first topic. I want to talk about this Nick Cannon firing from Viacom of CBS. They said that Nick Cannon was perpetuating anti-Semitic remarks, and his employment is no longer needed at Viacom CBS. And you know, Nick Cannon has Wildin' Out and Nickelodeon and several other ventures with
he got a bunch of
Viacom.
Stuff. And Wildin' Out is his main cash cow.
So here's the thing. They said that, he had these remarks about Jews and he refused to apologize. But the kicker is Nick said he did apologize, that he emailed and reached out to the chair of Viacom of CBS, Sherry Redstone, with negative results. She didn't even answer him back. And the next thing he knew, they terminated his employment.
Of course. I mean, like I said, Nick, you knew better. There was no way you was going to walk.
So you think Nick was wrong in the first place for making those anti-Semitic remarks?
No, I believe Charlamagne the God said it best. He said, when you get into situations like that where you start talking about specific race that is not your own, you need to have one in the room so they can stop you and correct you.
I agree.
So if he would have had somebody who was Jewish in the room with him while he was talking,
right,
they would have been like, "Nah, that ain't right, Nick. What about da 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 da?" And Nick could have been like, "Oh, let me course correct myself."
And also, when you have a person in his position, I know he's using his platform for good reasons, but you have to be careful because that's your bread and butter.
Exactly.
You got to be careful about the things that you say, the things that you do. And on that note, Deshaun Jackson of the Philadelphia Eagles, they got him for conduct detrimental to the team.
Once again, it's the one who holds the purse the one who controls the money controls the power.
Absolutely.
So what it is you have a bunch of people of Jewish faith, and they actually have a lot of power and sway in this state because they unified and they do everything together. They put their money together, they shop together, they put their things where
I just don't get it. Why are people against Jews? Because they're successful?
Nobody's against Jews. This is the thing. If you
where's all this coming from?
What it is,
Hitler?
What it is. Hitler is a whole different thing.
He hated the Jews.
He hated the Jews because
look at the Holocaust.
He hated the Jews, and he hated the Jews for his own fundamental reasons.
But I'm saying that people hate Jewish people because they're successful financially, and they jealous, or they want to be like them, or what's the problem? Leave them alone.
First and foremost, it's like I said, nobody hates the Jews. What it is people say something off the cuff, and they start going in. They go with their own theories, their own feelings, their own thoughts. And if you don't have somebody of that race in the room with you, you're going to say something that's completely wrong.
Right.
You're going to just like where you had the shirt that had the coolest monkey in the jungle, where H&M had the little black kid wearing. If there was a black person in the room,
they would have told them.
Exactly.
You don't do that.
So it's just the same thing here. And it's just Nick kind of got beside himself and, he went too far. And that's exactly what it is. Deshaun Jackson had a theory in mind and he went too far. That's what it is. And that's why I say, and I'm going to go ahead and touch on this a little bit further, when they're talking about he needs to go to the Jewish Holocaust Museum.
Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, he met with this Holocaust survivor, this 94-year-old Holocaust survivor. He met with him, Edward Mossberg.
Right.
Virtually, they met, and I guess he wanted to school him about the Holocaust and different things.
And that's well and fine. But my problem is this: Viacom, you got to keep that same energy when you had all those execs who were signing up for those shows and signing up for those movies, who were saying all that racist shit. And they were Jewish. How many of them went to the African American Museum? How many of those who were sitting who hold the money for all these different movie execs who said all this stuff, calling black people niggers, and I'm tired of these darkies, and I'm tired of these niggers attitudes.
Who said that?
A bunch of those execs. That's why a whole bunch of them quit. Because before they can get fired, they quit.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went to another movie lot.
Right.
So you got to spare me that fake outrage. Because unless that shit is happening across the board, it's a whole bunch of bullshit.
Mm.
So you're going to try and tell him to take him to a Holocaust museum to teach him what?
History.
So if you're going to talk about history, are they going to walk? Or is he then going to be able to let Deshaun Jackson take him to the African American Museum so he could see?
DC?
So if he could see, what his ancestors were. And let's keep it a whole buck. The Jews were implicated in slavery. They made money off of slavery. So is he going to go to the African American Museum so he can see how the slaves were treated?
Well,
I doubt that seriously.
I think that it needs to be education on both parts.
Exactly.
And I think we need to come together and talk this out, communicate, and see where it goes. I mean,
but once again, it has to be on both sides of the table.
I agree.
It cannot be where all of a sudden it is, okay, we're going to attack these people.
I agree.
Because that's not right either. So if you're going to go ahead and start making...
I think it needs to be education on both sides.
Exactly. And I completely, 110% agree. Okay,
we're going to keep it moving. I'm going to go right on to the next topic. I know I'm taking two, but I'm going to turn it over to you after this. Okay. I want to talk about this Will and Jada situation that's in the news.
I don't want to talk about that. Man, that's ridiculous.
I mean, it's a trending topic, and that's what we cover, trending topics.
Of course, and we have to talk about it.
We have to talk about it because it's in the news. And all right, so Will and Jada have been married for a long time, and apparently Jada got with this rapper, this young guy, 25. What's his name?
His name is August Alsina.
Yeah,
he's actually a very talented singer. He can actually sing very, very well. They're supposed to have been on a break. Will and Jada was on
a break.
Yeah, well,
they on a break.
Well,
but they're married still.
Well, what happened was they had separated, and they was about to go ahead and
get a divorce.
Look at going to the judge. And during that time, I guess you said Willow brought him into the home.
I'm not sure.
Introduced him. One of the kids brought him in, introduced him to Jada. And all of a sudden...
And one thing led to another.
And they struck up a sort of a relationship.
Intimate relationship.
Yes, that lucky bastard.
Well, but I don't know about that. But anyway, I mean, I just think this whole situation is messy. It's just messy, and it's something's not right with it. But anyway,
the biggest part about this is, and I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with everybody. It's none of our fucking business.
I agree.
It's none of our business. The only reason why it's playing out the way it did is because when Jada left that little boy alone,
right?
Jada put it on him and told him, "You're done." Because Will said, "I'm taking over the house. Are we back together or no?" And she said, "Yeah." Well, and he said, "You know what you need to do."
Well, let me say this.
She did it.
Let me say this. Of course, it's none of our business. But when you're on the news, ET, CNN, you're all over it. That's when you make it people's concern, and they're gonna talk all over the radio stations. They're talking,
of course.
So we have to discuss it because that's what our podcast is all about.
Exactly.
But the only thing I want to say is, why did this young rapper even bring this up? What happened to what is Kiss and Telling for? That's not going to get you anywhere. Does he have an album coming out?
He does.
That's what it's all about. He won his name.
He
won his name in the news.
Now we're getting to the.
That's what the deal is, right there.
Exactly. That's exactly what the deal is. The deal is.
But you putting grown people in this and hurting their name and reputation. Will don't need no more money, so obviously I know he wasn't in on this.
Well, Will wasn't. And the thing
I know he wasn't.
and Jada don't need no more money either.
So, I mean, come on now.
And let's be realistic. They're throwing rolls at Will and Jada every day of the week. So Jada's not going to lose any money.
This young man should have kept this to himself. It's nobody's business but his.
That's probably why the relationship ended in the first place.
Nobody. What are you doing? He's messing it up for other young people. That's what he's doing.
I don't think they're going to be any more young
people. That's right, because of him.
But the thing is, the most interesting part about this is that, the main person who comes out looking the worst but looking the best is Will. Because Will made her say relationship.
Right.
Because he told him, no, entanglement. You mean relationship.
She said entanglement.
She said I had an entanglement. And that's where
you was in an intimate relationship.
You was in a relationship.
Yeah.
And that's when she said, yeah. So the thing is that you can't. The thing is, he looked beat up. He looked so beat up and pissed off.
That was just for the camera.
I don't think it was. Because you can't fake that look. That's that look where you just want to say.
So let me ask you this:
serious?
Are you a big Will Smith fan?
I am.
I am too. I like Will in all his movies. And I'm not. At first, I was a little upset about this, but I'm not gonna hold it against you, Will. You ain't had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, he didn't have anything to do with it. So it's something that he got thrown in the middle of.
I Am Legend, Men in Black. Go ahead, Will. Do your thing, brother.
Man, Bright.
The list goes on.
Yeah, on.
Huge fan.
Shoot, Bad Boys.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
1, 2, and 3.
And 3, yes, sir. So we don't want no negativity with Mr. Will Smith and his wife. We don't care what happened, young man. Next time this ever happens to you, keep your mouth shut. What happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors.
No, what you need to do? Jada,
no, I'm telling him right.
No, Jada, what you need to do is make sure that you establish guidelines and have them sign NDAs. If he would have signed a NDA, he would not be able to do this.
Yeah, but it's such things as street cred too. I mean, no one should be opening their mouth about something like that.
This is
snitches. What do they say on the street?
This is the thing. But this is the thing.
Snitches get stitches.
But this is the thing. He's not snitching. He's bragging.
Yes, he is.
He's bragging. There's a difference. He's bragging. That's all it is.
He's telling.
That little boy got his nose wide.
He's telling.
He got his nose wide.
You think Jada, she put it on?
She didn't? Think about it. He made an album where he had the name of one of his albums was her middle name.
You lying.
No. And it had a picture of the cover of the album was about her. He made it known that he was about Jada. Jada gave him a look, gave him a taste of heaven, and he wanted to go back for seconds. And she was like, no, the ship is closed. We're not doing that no more. And that's when he was talking about he lost money and he lost this and he lost that.
He ain't lost nothing.
Whether he did or didn't, it's just.
Anyway, let's move on. I'm gonna give you the next two, brother.
Now, see, mine is Miss Tammy Duckworth. So
the senator.
Yes.
The one that lost her legs in the war?
Yep.
What could you possibly...
Not her. Tucker Carlson. Come on down, you racist fat little pussy. I can't stand your...
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson.
From Fox News.
Fox News.
Oh, boy.
Tucker Carlson's a fucking pussy. Tucker Carlson is a racist dickhead.
Oh, boy.
Now, this is the part that I find most interesting.
I thought you were going to church, Larry.
Oh, man. No, I'm still going to cuss here.
Lord.
So...
Jesus.
Tucker Carlson, because Tammy Duckworth, where they was talking about pulling down monuments, and they was talking, and somebody had asked her, well, what if George Washington monument, are we going to pull that down too? Mm-hmm. And she said, that would be something that should be considered after a long and lengthy conversation. Mm-hmm. Then, so Trump got mad. Mm-hmm. And he knows he's already fucked himself with the vets already, so he can't really say too much. So he sicked this little bitch-made chihuahua, Tucker Carlson, on Tammy Duckworth, questioning her integrity and saying she hates America.
But yet she fought in the war.
No. Let's be real about this. No. She didn't only fight in the war. She was a helicopter pilot. Mm-hmm. She lost both her legs in a crash because the helicopter took on fire.
Mm-hmm.
She is a Purple Heart recipient.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And Trump is a draft dodger.
Oh, Bone Spurs McDraft Dodger is the biggest draft dodger on the planet. His daddy bought him out for Bone Spurs. Yeah, I call him Bone Spurs McDraft Dodger. So you look
I got him started, y'all. Yeah, I got him started.
You knew it was coming.
No end to it now.
It was coming.
Go, Larry, get him.
So Tucker Carlson got on this little show on Fox, which is, by the way, is holding on by a damn straw because damn near all the advertisers that was
they didn't pull. Yeah,
he started talking about Black Lives Matter as a terrorist group, and he said that white supremacy is a hoax.
Yeah,
but Black Lives Matter is a terrorist group.
Right.
He turned around and talked about Tammy Duckworth and said she's a nonsense, nothing, little nobody, basically, and said that she hates America.
How you feel about that?
I'm gonna tell you how I feel about that.
Oh boy.
Tucker Carlson, you the biggest piece of trash on the fucking planet, you pussy. Because you didn't raise your right hand, did you? You didn't sign up for the military, did you? So what does that make you, Carlson? You are a sorry-ass piece of shit. But then again, you probably already know that. You're a horrible person, Carlson, but you probably already know that too, don't you? Because you have the gall, the unmitigated gall to talk about how somebody hates America. You don't own that right to say that to that lady. Because you didn't fight for this nation. She did.
Yes, she did.
You didn't give up nothing. You didn't lose nothing. You're a privileged little white boy sitting in a racist-ass TV station, sitting, talking, spilling out racist-ass shit. Woo. And then the problem with you, Tucker, because you don't have the balls to step up. Because you wouldn't even look that woman in the face if she was walking towards you. You'd probably run the other direction because cowards like you come a dime a dozen. And for you to attack a lady who has given up her legs for her country.
She has a lot of courage.
For her country.
A lot of courage.
Then not let it hold her back. Stand up. Fight to go into and make your way to become a congressman.
Yeah, a senator.
A senator.
Yeah. Yeah.
You despite the odds, you still make it through and you win and you win and you fight and you fight and you fight to have somebody
say negative things about you.
Not even just say negative things, because people are going to say negative things all the time. It's not even that. Let's go deeper than that. To have somebody debase you down to a common denominator and say
you hate America.
You hate America.
Yeah, you fought for America.
You hate America.
Tucker Carlson, you're the Bama of the week. Weak.
Yeah. Worse than that. See, he's the worst type of filth because
I stole that from Huggy Lowdown.
Huggy Lowdown. Oh man, I
missed them.
But yeah, Tucker Carlson, you're a joke. You don't have the heart it takes to stand in and know what it feels like to be in that type of situation because you were too scared to sign up. See, you could, and the funny part about it, Trump sicking him on Tammy Duckworth brings up another situation. Trump, where's that love for the vets? Tucker and Trump? Donald, Tucker. Y'all always, when Colin Kaepernick was kneeling, what was they saying? It's against the military, and it's against the flag, and it's against the military and the flag. But you're taking money from the military now. Tucker, you're a coward, and you wouldn't sign up for the military if it was your last resort.
Ooh,
you don't come in and you want to villainize people who did fight. And not only did she fight, she gave the ultimate.
Ain't Tucker on the same show as Laura Ingraham?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. They all look. It's the roll. It's from what? From 6 to 10. It's the we hate Blackie out. You know.
Oh,
but what's funny about this with Tucker Carlson, because my God has a sense of humor, because your top writer who was feeding you all your talking points got found out to be a racist and misogynistic and Islamophobe.
And he had secret posts going on in another name or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
I read that. Yeah.
My God has a great sense of humor, Tucker, because you got found out, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
You messed with a woman who you can't even begin to compare yourself to. Yep. You can't even begin.
In my opinion, she's an American hero.
Exactly.
That's my opinion.
So when you're going to sit here and Tucker, from what I understand, you all of a sudden took a long vacation.
Mm-hmm.
When you're sitting there with your kids and you start bashing Jews and the rest of us, they're darkies. Remember that you're able to do that because of people like Tammy Duckworth, who lost her legs fighting
for this country.
So, fuck you. Fuck everything about you.
Oh, boy.
Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. And you can kiss the hairs parts of my ass, you simple little coward.
So, okay, we're going to move on
So we're going to move on.
I'll give you the next one.
Oh, now, another thing.
This is what you wanted. You got him. You got him right here.
I was wanting to talk. I got to do this. One thing I hate is when I got to go at my own people.
Okay, let's do it.
I got to go at Terry Crews.
Oh yeah, I know you.
Who was the one we were supposed to talk about?
I forgot what it was, but we'll get to it.
So, good old Terry Crews. Terry Crews. Whenever you feel the need to start putting some shit on the internet, put your phone down for a day, let it marinate, and then come back and see if it's still that important.
You back on Terry again?
Oh, man, fuck Terry. Fuck, dog. Terry, I hope you read this. I hope you hear this. I hope you see this. And I hope you debate me. Because I would love to debate you, because everything that you say...
Terry, a big fella like you now.
I don't give two fucks. Terry...
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he better keep them TV muscles right where they are, on TV. So, like I said, the problem with you, Terry...
You know, somebody wrote in, they say, why do you get Larry stirred up? You be poking at him and instigating to get him going. And you're correct. I do. Because I love to see him get loose.
The problem is with Terry, my issue with him, and I'm done. I'm not going to watch no more of your movies. I didn't watch your little stupid Netflix movie.
Oh, boy.
I'm done fucking with you on every level. Fuck you forever, Terry, because the problem is that when you say something stupid like, don't let Black Lives Matter turn into Black Lives Better.
Oh, boy.
Terry.
He messing with the wrong subject. He should have left that alone.
At what point in history did Black lives ever get better? We're still, besides you getting your check, there's a lot of us who are still fighting every day just to be able to make it. Then that is, besides police brutality, COVID-19 that they're trying to send our babies back to school with first in the state of Washington, besides the fact that we are dealing with a higher standard of COVID-19 because we live where, and more than likely, most black people are living in impoverished places, which means that they have impoverished hospitals, which means that the coronavirus testing is not as prevalent as it is on the set of The Expendables 5, Return of the Old Men. So you talk all this stupid shit, but then when you turn around and then when people go in on you, you want to double down. You want to double down. You turn when you needed black people, they were there for you. Gabrielle Union was there for you. You stabbed her in the back. Then you tried to turn around and double down on it, which then when the rest of the world turned around and told you, sit your motherfucking, what's that, sugar daddy head ass down somewhere. Looking like a melted motherfucking toffee cake. Shut the fuck up. And that's when you stopped talking.
Let me ask you something. What was you mad at Oprah for? You remember?
I was mad at Oprah in regards to...
And Gail.
Well, I was mad at both of them in regards to while they was trying to get a moment off of Kobe.
Oh, yeah.
And that was what pissed me off. But
I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm. Terry, your tired ass, you sit back and you coon for these people. You're shucking and jiving and cooning for these people.
Define cooning, because everybody out there may not know what it means. I certainly do.
A coon is a person who turns his back on black people, and he generally wants to, Massa, we sick? Massa, is our house on fire?
You remember Stephen Fetchit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you're cooning, you vilify your own people, but you think that you're
above.
Not above, but you think that you're more in tune in the favor of white people. See, the thing about
like I said, above.
No. A good coon don't think he above. He think he right up with the master. That we buddies and we friends.
But you ain't.
See, Candace Owens learned that the hard way just recently. Candace Owens.
Oh, okay.
So what it is that, Terry, you consistently do the same stupid shit over and over again. And you consistently try to make it like you're trying to do things
Terry
for...
Crews.
Oh, fuck Terry. So when you consistently do it in the name of equality. But the problem is, Terry, when have we been equal?
All right, moving right along.
Yeah, we better. Cause I got
the subject he said that we were supposed to talk about, it just came to me. So Larry was recently on TikTok talking about black on black crime. And D.L. Hughley picked him up and posted him on...
Shout out to D.L. Hughley. Thank you, man. Call me, bro.
He posted him on his Instagram. And Larry been getting calls all day. You on D.L. Hughley Instagram? So, I watched it. And although I agree with it to a certain extent, I have to say that black on black crime is real. And Larry disagrees with me, and we about to talk about it. And the reason that I say it's real is because, of course, crime is crime, just like any other race. However, when you're only 13% of the population, you have to come together like a small family because we are a minority in this country. Very small. 13% is not a lot at all when you're dealing with the size of this country. So when we're having violent crime against each other, I have a problem with that. And I will call it black on black crime. When you're a small minority, you need to come together as a family, as a group, and protect one another. It takes a village to raise a child. And we all need to be that village in the black community. And I'm very serious about that.
So, now, let's examine the whole situation and let's look at it in its totality.
All right.
When you saw that man in Vegas shoot up all those people at that concert.
And he was on the 50th floor or whatever.
Shoot them all up.
Yeah.
Did they call that white on white crime?
No.
What did they do? They turned around and said, he's disturbed. It's him. He's the crazy one, not us.
Right.
So why are we generalized? You want to know why?
Why?
Because a long time ago, Nixon did it first. Nixon turned around and said, he wanted to associate hippies with marijuana and associate black people with heroin.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and his Secretary of State's assistant said that if we associated the hippies with marijuana and the black people with heroin, we can go into their homes, we can attack their homes, we can attack their community, we can attack their leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And did we know that we was doing this just to mess with black people? We knew, of course we knew it the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
That's where black on black came from.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of black on black crime started in the Nixon era because that was their way of being able to control black people. Okay. That was their way of being able to take us from when we were 30% of the population to 13% of the population.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. That's where the police was able to harass unceremoniously. That's why police was able to walk into the Nation of Islam meetings and bust them up. Mm-hmm. And that's why they was able to infiltrate and attack the Black Panthers and destroy the Black Panthers from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
Because they could keep on attacking, because they could see black people. That's why to this day, mm-hmm. the police are able to over-police black areas because they're going to say, well, there's a lot of crime going there, so we need more police. Mm-hmm. But even though the police are the ones that are looking for crime, because the same amount of crime is happening in white areas. Mm-hmm. There's not only happening in black areas. You're not only buying weed and crack and ecstasy and all those drugs in black areas. No, you're buying them in white areas. Mm-hmm. But the difference is the white areas is not policed as much as the black areas.
Right.
So what does this show on TV every day? Oh, this black guy got killed. Chicago, 25 people got murdered.
I was just about to discuss that.
They're not talking about that. What's happening in Utah with white people? Mm-hmm. They're not talking about what's happening with white people in Alabama. Mm-hmm. They're not talking about what's happening to white people in Kentucky. Because if you put those people on blast like they do black people, just like when you see on Cops, mm-hmm. what do black people say? We're not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
So why are they trying to prop up black on black crime? That is a method for them to completely, consistently over-police black areas.
I feel you.
So when the more you bring, the more they try to say they finding stuff wrong, because let's be real, the police can go down in a black neighborhood for a whole week and not find nothing wrong, and then they'll say, well, you got something, I know you did something, and then rouse people up, agitate them, and then start saying, oh, their famous 2 words, stop resisting, and then arrest you for anything they could think of.
Stop resisting.
Exactly. So that is why black on black crime is not real. Black on black crime is just like everything else on this planet. It's just crime. Because if you look at more white people, more white people kill white people every day. It's just the percentages are different. If we look at it from a percentages equivalency, then you will see that. Not to mention that you also got to remember there are exoneration rates too.
Right.
And the exoneration rate for black people is 49%.
Right.
So if you're going to talk about black on black crime, then we need to make sure that everybody's getting labeled across the board once again, but that doesn't happen.
No.
That's why you have a black man who went into a bathroom to save his daughter because this dude tried to rape her, and he beat the dude to death, and he got him over there looking all dusty on a mugshot, but the guy who just killed his two young daughters and his wife, they're all hooked up on the TV screen. The son is gently over their shoulder, and he had issues.
He had mental issues.
He had problems. And I would have never thought that. But the black man they show him every time. That's why if you ever
vilified.
Exactly. That's why you ever notice on the newspapers, when a black man does something, they put his name out there. But when a white man does something, do they show his name? Do they even say it? Do they even say the color?
You got a point. You got some points there. You got some vivid points there.
This is the thing.
All right, we got to move on.
Let's go on. So
all right. So let's talk about our friend now. We were gonna have a show without talking about Donald Trump.
Fuck Donald Trump.
But Lord, we can't do it.
Fuck Donald Trump.
We just can't do it. I mean, he just consistently puts himself in the news. We tried to not speak about him because our last 2 videos covered him extensively. But he was on the TV yesterday. He gave a speech. He was so divisive, I just almost dropped dead. Here is the President of the United States, the United States of America. However, he's talking about the liberal left, the radical left, democratic states. That's divisive. That's promoting separatism. That's dividing the nation between blacks and whites. And if you're not on Trump's side, if you're not white and male over the age of 45, then you're not existent. That's basically what he's doing. And then he says, a vote for Sleepy Joe is a vote for rioting and taking over the police departments and defunding the police. No, it's not. Not at all. Everybody know what Joe Biden stands for. He was the vice president for 8 years. Go on his website, you'll see everything he stands for. Trump, you're trying to divide the nation, and it's wrong.
Yes.
You're the president. You should be pulling people together.
You don't know what that
means. Regardless of a campaign. You're still the president of the whole nation. Not just your base. Not just your base. Please understand that. Because you look horrible saying these things.
This is the thing.
And that's just not a biased opinion.
This is the thing. This is why I keep telling people, and every time I get these people who come up to me and they're talking about, well, what Trump has helped the black people with the lowest unemployment rate. So how's that working out right now? Well, Trump is for everybody.
No, he's
and
not.
Black people.
He's very divisive.
And he gave $250 million to the HBCUs. That's down from $500 million.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he has all these things. He's on the side of everybody.
No,
y'all just try to find things that's wrong with him. Trump is doing exactly what Trump has been doing his whole life.
Yep.
Lying and bullshitting. and lying and bullshit.
And he in bed with the Russians.
There's that. But what's funny about that is that why do everybody expect this leopard to change his spots? Those spots are going to be the same spots they've always been. There is nothing going to change from that. Trump is the same person that he's always been from day one. He is not going to change from that. We have seen him in action time and time again. We've seen what he says. We've seen how he acts. Nothing changes. He is going to continuously be him regardless of what nobody says or thinks.
I tell you what, you can take this to the bank. Come November 3rd, it's going to be an early night for Trump. It's over. Joe Biden is the next president of the United States of America. Number 46, baby. Number 46.
Enjoy every minute of it.
And Kamala, you're going to be the vice president.
I keep trying to tell people.
I'm looking forward to it. I can just see them now. How they do when they get on stage on election night when they win? They put both hands up like this. Yes, baby, I can see them now.
This is the thing for me. Another thing that good old Orange Man did.
See, I was hoping we didn't talk about Trump, but he puts himself in the news.
He throws himself in the. But this is not specifically about Trump as much as it is about Mnuchin. The financial, the Fed. The PPP loans was supposed to go to small businesses,
right? Just to supplement their payroll and so forth.
Help them out of a jam to make sure that they can stay open, so that they can continually move the economy forward while we're in a bad situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who do you think got that money? $500 million.
Who got it?
Oh, well, Kanye got his fair share too. He got
some. Well, he got a company. I mean, he's got a legitimate company.
But his company, he's supposed to be worth over $1 billion. Why does he need PPP loans?
To supplement his company that he has. He has a company.
But no.
Why shouldn't he get it?
Because it's for small companies. He does not have a small company. His company.
It is. It's only a few. It's less than 25 employees, I think.
No, it's 106.
Okay.
A. B. His company is supposed to be worth billions, right?
It's still an economic downturn. Why should he be any different?
The small company would be down the street. You see that mom and pop. You see that mom and pop store down the street. You see that mom and pop restaurant.
So you're saying Kanye shouldn't have got the money?
Kanye, he's a billionaire. Remember, he's big money billionaire. He got 64 million back in taxes, right?
Yeah.
So what does he need with $2 million? He's big spender.
Kanye
this
is what Kanye is.
But this is where it gets interesting. So tell me this then. Why did
what happened to his run for the president? Please tell me that.
Somebody looked at him and told him, if you run for the presidency, you're going to lose the respect of every black person on this planet.
Well, that's...
So, but then you got to look at Mnuchin himself. His company got $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Trump's, Jared Kushner's company got $10 million. Ivanka Trump's company got another $5-10 million. Moscow Mitch's wife got $10 million. Most of the money went to Trump's buddies.
To his cronies.
He didn't get. He made sure that money went to them. $500 million.
Who did he just pardon?
Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
I'm gonna get to that little dickhead in a second.
Oh no, we don't have time to get to Stone.
But he gave that money. He put that money out to his buddies, all his people, and I'm glad you brought that up because then you turn around and then you commute the sentence for Roger Stone. When he
Bob Mueller was furious.
When he was already found guilty.
I know it.
He was already found guilty of everything. And then, I knew it was coming, because when they had Roger Stone staying at home, and then he got an extra 2 weeks saying coronavirus concerns, when those other prisoners that were still sitting in jail, them black prisoners.
No, he's not letting them out.
Well, look, them black and Hispanic prisoners that are still sitting in jail, that was getting sick, still sitting in jail.
Has he commuted the sentence of any African American?
Hell no.
We may be wrong, but I mean, we don't know for
this
sure.
This ain't facts, but no, I don't recall him communicating this. No. And the thing about it is that this is what they keep coming back to. How can you say you're for the military when you're taking money away from the military? How can you say you're for America when you're doing everything detrimental to America? How can you say that the vets mean something to you when you're cutting when you're cutting the services of the vets?
Let me tell you something.
You're openly fighting to take away their rights.
And his brand.
Yes.
He don't care nothing about this country.
No, he don't.
And it shows.
And then they said, so then they put his.
I've never seen a more divisive news conference that he had the other day. It was just ridiculous.
He turned around and told him, he said the Confederate flag should be protected from First Amendment speech. It's not a talking point. Then you turn around and talk about when they talked about George Floyd and the problem with the police. More white people died.
Yeah, he said that.
So you're going to consistently, you across the board just don't care.
This is more like Charlottesville, Virginia. There's both sides. Both sides. Yeah. I mean, come on, man.
But we know this already. See, this is what I'm saying. This is the problem. There's nothing new.
But it goes back to the people that elected him in the first place.
Yes. And
if they knew how he was, why would they pull that lever for him?
Because they wanted,
is it racism?
It's actually racism in its finest. Because this one guy said it.
America can do better than this.
There's this video on TikTok where this guy was talking about how Donald Trump, the people who follow Donald Trump don't measure him off of what he's done. They measure him off of how he's pissed everybody else off. He doesn't care about this country. Everybody's done said it. Howard Stern said it. Everybody on this planet done said it. His niece, who put out the book, said it.
That book is horrible. It is so detrimental to him.
But
this is somebody that sit at the dinner table with him and said all these negative things about him. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So it is what it is. And that's like I said the last time. We bring out that towel about as dry as it's going to get.
He got to go,
Everybody
man.
who's left in there are going to be in there. And he just doesn't care.
It was just a wasted 4 years, in my opinion.
But not for him, because he said he changed the tax bracket.
Wasted 4 years.
He gave the richest 1% some money.
And this coronavirus thing, he just totally messed that up. Totally.
And now we're at the point where we're looking at in November. They said by November it's supposed to be over 220,000 people dead from it.
But listen, I want the people out there who think that we're being negative towards Trump to understand we're not. We're only saying things that he does. This is if you don't believe the things that we're saying, research it. Look it up yourself.
The thing is,
everything we're saying is factual.
The thing is that everybody knows
it is what it is.
Everybody, if you're going to sit back and you're going to try to say, Trump likes to say, those are the anybody but Trump people. The anybody but Trump. Never Trump. Yeah. The thing is that if
you try to look at things on both sides, and I can't say anything positive. I'm trying.
I ain't trying.
I am. I'm trying to say something positive about this man, but he won't let us.
Like I said several times over, this is where we are.
He is divisive. He's a racist. He's hateful towards immigrants. I mean,
look what
you
he did
name it. It's there.
Look how he treated.
I'm not making this stuff up.
Look how he treated Colonel Vindman. Yeah. Colonel Vindman, who spoke out, who did his job, spoke out. He blocked him from trying to become a general.
I know it.
3 times.
I know
just as a retaliatory action. He turned around and retired. Trump is a coward. He ran in the bunker. Trump is beholden somehow to Russia.
I know it.
Because we have these bounties. Trump sits back and he allows all this stuff to
happen.
He
acts like the bounties didn't happen.
Of course
Killing
he did.
American soldiers.
Of course he did. Because that's what he's good at. This is what he's good at. He is good at deflecting. He's good at playing dumb. And he's good at blaming everybody else. That is what he's been good at.
Yeah.
The reason why people love him is because the same people who love him are on that same path with him.
Yeah.
They deflect. They blame somebody else.
Yeah.
Or they just act like it didn't happen. Trump sits back
deflecting,
and he says all this racist stuff, this racist rhetoric. He didn't mean it. He didn't make it. That's not what he meant.
He flat out say I didn't say it, but yet he's on film saying it.
Yes. This is who he is. He's not going to change. He's going to be that same guy.
Let's go to our closing
and
thoughts.
When he leaves, he's going to be that same guy too.
Let's go to our closing thoughts.
All right. Well, my closing thought is I have an issue with us as black men.
What you talking about, Willis?
This is another one that's going to be difficult.
Oh, here we go. What?
It's going to be quick, but
you got an issue with black men.
I have an issue with us black men.
So when you look in the mirror, you got an issue with yourself.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I want to hear this
because I'm counting myself. We have become so programmed in this toxic ideal of masculinity that we are now trying to make it okay to attack trans women.
Okay.
We black men have been the main ones who have been killing trans women. We have been.
Where are you getting your facts from?
I got my facts from USA Today. I get my facts from CNN News. I got my facts from ABC News. I got my facts from
Okay,
CBS
keep going.
News
All right.
And MSNBC. We have been consistently doing detrimental things to trans women. And I sit back and I tell people, when you have such a hate in your heart for a trans male or female, I say, thou dost protest too much. That is a old Shakespeare saying, which means, why are you that angry about it? Because you might be having some residual feelings? See, the best way to deal with it, if you're not gay,
don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd have no
Just
issue with
leave them alone and let them live their lives. But then all of a sudden you talking about you gotta kill them?
Yeah, that's a problem.
You're beating them to death, shooting them, doing all this ridiculous
people
shit
that do that got mental
to these
issues.
women. And it's not just one or two men that are doing it. They're going and drove. There's 15 assholes jumped on one trans person
For
and
what?
beat them because she was trans.
That's stupid.
And that is my problem with us. We talk about unity
That's stupid.
only in times of horror.
Live and let live.
We talk about unity only in times of horror. When we have our George Floyd situations, when we have our Breonna Taylor situations, when we don't have those situations, we are just the most divisive. And I'm not saying black women, because black women do things together. Black men, we are divisive. We sit back and we try to go against the grain. Well, I'm not with everybody else. So we try to look at the money. Man, I did that just for the cash.
Wait a minute now. Wait.
No.
You're going too far now.
No. It's the truth. It's the truth. Let's talk about it.
I'm not going to sit here and let you vilify black men. Now.
I am vilifying black men today. Yes, because I am a black man. I've seen it happen. Before I was able to become a better person, I was one of those guys that used to make gay jokes. But I had to remember my Uncle Eric, was gay.
Right.
And he was the best and most strongest man I know. So
I got you. But I mean, you just can't say all black men. I mean, we got a few idiots.
I'm saying
out there.
If it don't apply, let it fly. But it's not just a few idiots. That's the same thing that we're dealing with when it comes to police. We're always sitting back like it's a few bad apples. Finish the quote. A few bad apples do what? They spoil the bunch.
Right.
So if you have a few bad apples,
what was you saying before that? If it don't fly,
if it don't apply, let it fly.
Oh, okay, I got you. Well, I'll let it fly because it don't apply here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but we as a group, as a whole, we need to do better in terms of dealing with LGBTQ+.
I agree. And what we need to do is have a conversation.
Exactly.
That's what we need to do. If it's something you don't understand, something you're confused about, something you're not sure about, talk about it. Talk about it. Discuss it. That's all you have to do.
But the worst thing that you can
possibly
do
think
is
African American men, they clam up about subjects. You know, they don't have conversations, and I think that needs to come out more. You know,
why?
We need to talk.
We don't want to be looked at in a certain light.
It's soft.
We don't want to be looked at as soft. We don't want to be looked at as this, that, or the other. And the thing about it is rather
there's nothing wrong with talking.
And not only that, there's nothing wrong with dealing with the issue.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with sitting down and dealing with these issues. If you have mixed feelings about the situation, you should talk it out. So that way you can gain clarity on how you feel. But to go in with this, I'm going to kill this.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong doing that.
It makes no sense.
No.
So, yeah, I call it as I see it.
Yeah.
We do have to deal with this.
So you think they may have some secret gay tendencies
Exactly.
inside?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
That may be true.
Because we have a toxic masculinity. That's why you have so many brothers that are on down low. That's why you have so many brothers that are in positions where they want to be gay, but if they feel like if they say something, they're going to be judged.
Yeah.
And that's all a part of it.
Well, hell, people coming out the closet now. Come on out.
They not all shoot, not all. Because you got brothers in the hood. They used to be hard, and now they've had those feelings, but they pull them down. That's why they go so hard at
transgenders,
other transgenders and homosexual men, and do this horrible stuff.
Boy, you hitting on some heavy topics today.
Yes.
Woo, boy. I mean, this is deep. This is.
I had to come.
I didn't know where that was coming from, but this is deep right here, boy.
Yes. I had to do it. That's why I said I hate hitting my own people in the chin, but sometimes we have to do
something else. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, sure.
All right. My closing topic is the same as the last three because it's so important. Everybody think Trump is going to be defeated.
No.
But guess what? If we don't register, if we don't vote, he won't be. Because his base is strong. Don't sleep on it. Nah. Don't sleep on it. You have to go out and vote. You have to prepare yourself. You have to get some friends and family. Take with you. Don't go by yourself to the polls. Take some other people with you. And that's my closing argument. And it's going to be the next week and the week after that. Vote, 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 vote. Well, you must. Because we got a chance to win the Senate, keep the Congress, the executive branch. And once we do that, we can appoint the next 2 or 3 Supreme Court justices.
That's the whole thing.
That's so important.
This is where the fight is, and that's why we need to definitely get Moscow Mitch out of there and Lindsey Graham out of there. God. Because if we remove those 2 obstacles,
I'm sick of both
and
of them.
we actually take the House and the Senate, we would literally be able to change the force of how the Supreme Court's run. Because right now, Moscow Mitch is still trying to appoint. He's trying to get Ruth Bader Ginsburg out.
Yeah,
because she's really sickly right now, and they're trying to get her out so that they can go ahead. She's even said that she's trying to hang in there till the election's over with, and we can get some justice, a judge in there that she needs.
That she supports her views.
Yeah, not only supports her views, but is more of a democratic.
Right.
So there's that. And then,
that's why the election is so important.
Exactly. And I agree with you wholeheartedly. You got to vote. And you
got to vote.
Sure
don't just assume.
And you got to make sure and vote locally, too. The primaries was on the 14th.
And I think all 50 states are in play. I really do.
Oh.
I mean... a year ago, I would have been crazy to say that Texas is in play, but Texas is in play.
Well,
Biden can win this state. Trust me.
Well, what's funny about that is because
I'm the Interpol. You know what an Interpol is? That means inside the loop.
Shoot.
I'm inside the loop.
Me. But
he can win Texas. Trust me.
What's interesting about that situation is that you have...
We're about to flip the Lone Star State.
Well, the reason why the Lone Star State is getting set up to flip is because of the COVID-19. Because everything is staying closed. They're talking about closing down the state again. They're talking about doing another quarantine for 2 more weeks.
Yeah, I know. They need to.
And the reason being, and this is the funny part about it, it all is stemming from that one person. Everything, all the dominoes are stemming from one person.
Leadership starts where?
At the top.
At the top.
And it filters down.
And we have absolutely no leadership at the top.
Nope.
This man is fussing and fighting and cussing at Dr. Fauci.
Well, Dr. Fauci, Dr. Fauci don't care because Dr. Fauci said, like he said, if you fire me, I'm just going to retire.
Yeah.
I've already, Dr. Fauci's already, he's won more awards than Trump will ever see in his life.
I know it.
He's already proven himself to be on top of it. Everything he said
is correct.
True. And the thing about it, when they first started talking about it, because he thought that Trump was going to follow the pandemic playbook, he said, yeah, it's not going to be a big deal for us over here because we have the pandemic playbook. We have the pandemic team, the panel. Then after he found out that the panel was gone and the playbook was in the trash, what did he do? We're in trouble.
All right, we're going to close out.
All right.
And we're going to get you next time. We'll be coming back at you next week. And thanks for watching, and keep sending those emails and comments. Keep subscribing.
Subscribe.
Yes, that's helping.
Check us out.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
We love you.
I love you.